Hey everybody, this is Dalek44 here to bring you another commentary. And this time it's going to be on my review of Bean the Ultimate Disaster movie, which is of course the Mr. Bean movie. Well, first Mr. Bean movie, that is. And with this intro I did of me walking into the house carrying a suitcase like through the door and up the stairs, that was actually based on the fact that I'd only just got back from a holiday in Switzerland. And I just thought it'd be a good laugh to open the review up with me coming back from it, even though I actually got back from it a few days before filming. And in case you're wondering, that suitcase was empty. Yeah, the suitcase was actually empty. I just thought I'd make it out like it's incredibly heavy for comedic effect. And as you can see, I'm carrying a Swiss and cuddly dog in my arm. Because at that time I'd bought a cuddly dog from a souvenir shop in Switzerland, and I just thought it'd be a nice touch to have the dog in my arms. And all the stuff I'm gonna say here about like causing so many disasters in Switzerland, it didn't actually happen. I was just doing that for comedic effect. And of course this was filmed back when I used to have a moustache. So yeah, for the movie itself, it's a movie that I used to watch a lot when I was a kid. Like, I used to watch it a lot when I was younger. And there were even moments during school assemblies when I was at primary school where I would go into a school assembly and I'd keep thinking about the scene where Mr. Bean pops a bag of sick over a passenger on an airplane. Like, just thinking about that, it used to make me laugh myself silly. I even laughed just thinking about it during assemblies at school. Yeah, it was mad. Because this movie was introduced to me when I was still in primary school. So I used to think about it a lot when I was at school and when I was at home. And I used to reenact some scenes from the movie. Like, I used to reenact the scene where Mr. Bean's blowing his nose in the art gallery. And I used to reenact the scene where he ruins the painting of Whistler's mother and disguises it as a moving trolley. Yeah, I used to reenact a lot of moments from it. I even used to do the voice, like the magic thing. Yeah, that was one of the many voices I used to imitate as a kid. And this movie was also the first time I ever saw Rowan Atkinson before I was introduced to his other stars of comedy. And the actual first time I'd heard his voice was in The Lion King, but Being the Ultimate Disaster movie is the first time I actually saw what Rowan Atkinson looked like, because when I heard his voice in The Lion King I had no idea what the guy looked like. In fact, it took me a couple of years to actually figure out that Zazu and Mr. Bean were all played by the same actor. Like, it took me a while to realise that they were both characters that were played by the same actor. And I ended up watching the actual series of Mr. Bean sometime after the movie. Like, the series came out before the movie, and I ended up seeing the movie before the show. So you could say if it wasn't for Being the Ultimate Disaster movie, then I might not have gotten into Rowan Atkinson's styles of comedy. And the moment where Mr. Bean does the magic thing, I decided not to use that too much because that's a huge meme on YouTube, and I didn't want to overuse it. So, but it was still worthy of a mentioning in this review because it's a very popular meme. And the bit where David Langley finds out what Bean did to the painting still cracks me up even to this day. Like, just how he walks up to the empty wall and then just walks up to Mr. Bean and then just goes like, "Where's the picture gone?" That line alone was just so hilarious, and to see his reaction to what Bean actually did to the picture was just made it all the more funnier. Which was why I decided to like reenact do some reactions of my own to David's reaction to the painting. And this is also my attempt to make a certain second reaction from him, like try to make it a new meme. Like, I want to try and use it for future videos, just like when he's like, "Alright, I'm calm. Give me one more look at the painting," and then Bean shows him the picture, and he's like, "Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God!" Yeah, this was just a crazy attempt of mine to turn that line into a meme. And I only ever used this twice so far in my review show. Like, I used it for this video, and then I used it for my Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons review, where I made a reaction to Sonic SatAM being cancelled, because I knew that fans were very likely pissed off when they found out that SatAM was cancelled on a cliffhanger. So I just wanted to try and make that quote into a meme. And it's not really successful yet, but I'm hoping it will be sometime in the future. And with this bit where I filmed myself talking to myself, and myself doing that "oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God" reaction, yeah, I actually did walk into the door in that. I actually literally walked into the door. But it didn't really hurt or anything. I didn't come out with severe injuries. Like, I've had worse injuries than that, believe me. So yeah, hoping that quote will become a popular meme and reaction for things that people don't like. Like, say if you've just come from watching a movie that you really didn't like, then that line could be your reaction of it. Yeah. And this moment from Mr. Bean also makes me laugh. I'm talking about Whistler's mother, like, Mr. Whistler knew that his mother was a hideous old bat who looked like she had a cactus lodged up her backside. Yeah, it's really just the way the actor delivers the lines. Like how he puts a lot of emphasis on the B's and P's in everything he says. And of course the classic, "brace yourself." Yeah, that's a line that me and my parents still use to this day. Like, if we're going on a ride or an airplane flight or whatever, we just like to say "brace yourself" to each other. It's just something that's stuck with me and my family for years. Oh yeah, and this table scene still cracks me up. Just being going like thing. And that's another moment from the movie I used to reenact a lot when I was a kid. Like, I just used to pretend that I was carrying the picture, pretending that it was a trolley, and just walking about the house doing the thing. Yeah, I reenacted a lot of funny moments when I was a kid. So, yeah, when it comes to Mr. Bean and Rowan Atkinson, I like Rowan Atkinson more for Blackadder, because the character Blackadder has more dialogue and a bit more character to him. Like, he's this pompous asshole who's also the cleverest man in the world, but doesn't get anything that he thinks he deserves. And Mr. Bean is like this. It's like a child in a man's body, like the innocence and selfishness of a child. But what makes Mr. Bean work for me is the physical comedy, because Rowan Atkinson does a lot of physical performance as well as verbal performances. Yeah, so it's amazing how the actor's able to do both things and make them funny. Because I don't think it's really easy to have two styles of humour and make them work in different forms of media, like different shows and movies. But Rowan pulls it off really well. So, like Mr. Bean, I like Blackadder the most, but Mr. Bean still has a fond place in my heart because I have fond memories of watching this movie. And that's pretty much all I can say about this review, and I hope you guys out there intend to use the "oh God, oh God, oh God" for a YouTube meme sometime, and if you don't, I'll try harder to persuade everyone to make it a meme. But if that doesn't work, then meh. well, that's pretty much all I can say for this review, and I'll see you guys next time.